right, calling this meeting of the Historical Commission to order on December 12th, 2025 at 3:13 p.m. in the Municipal Center Community Meeting Room. Rebecca Doyen-Lavalley.
Sarah Guyman.
Christy Turgeon. Dawn Fontaine.
Missing is Scott Garland. At this point, we have not received word, so mark him as unexcused, please. In your folders, we have the agenda for today. We have the meeting minutes.
Okay, so
let's look at the, yeah.
Motion to approve the minutes from the July, what is it, October 3rd meeting? Because I'm reading this in front of me.
Yeah. The only thing I just noticed is the typo on the Friday, December 13th.
Oh,
Just the 12th.
Oh. See, and I read it and missed.
Good.
Good with the minutes.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, minutes passed. So administrative, just real quick, if we're emailing, we've got to be careful about business in emails.
Yes. So when I sent the email about the
250th, it was an FYI.
yes, so I thought that one was okay.
That was okay. It kind of snowballed from there. We've just got to be careful about the snowballing.
Yes. Okay.
So that's really the only thing I have.
Okay.
Does anybody else have?
I was just looking at this isn't really listed. So the Cultural Council grant.
They met.
Oh wait, that is here. Okay.
Yeah, they met December 8th.
Okay.
Have not heard anything.
Okay.
They are also meeting tonight.
So I got some information. I believe they had $8,700 available, and they had $29,000 submitted in requests.
Wow.
Last year, I believe they approved everything.
Because they had a different number last year.
This year, so I think our best bet
Good to know.
will be partial.
Okay.
If we get partial, I think we should just BA.
BA.
Like BA. Yay, we got some money.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Because our ask, do you remember off the top of your head?
I don't,
ask
but I
was?
did bring the grant paperwork.
Because it was like, it was under
I
$1,000.
think I asked for pretty much the full amount because I'm like, it doesn't hurt to ask
Right.
for the full.
Right.
And if we just get what? Did I print it?
Thank you for doing that. Well, it's right here, isn't it? Is it not?
No, that's the.
Oh, that's their document.
Yeah, and no, I didn't print it. I've got it somewhere.
Okay. Well, but it was like a few hundred, right? It was like 500.
I think I asked for 15
Okay.
because it was I believe the board was between 15 and 1,500 and $2,000.
Okay.
So I believe I asked for and it's on a different computer, I apologize.
That's okay.
I asked for the 15.
Okay. So that would be without anything coming from the...
From either group.
Okay.
Like I said, I figured it didn't hurt to
Yeah.
ask for the full amount,
agree.
but because I think one of the questions they do ask you is if you don't get the full amount, what would you do to make it up? And it's like we would take money from this, and we would fundraise.
Yeah. Because if we're talking like $400, we could probably fundraise for something like that pretty
Yeah.
quickly.
Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, I asked for two project budget. I said 2,000. 500 will come from historical commission, 500 from rec commission. The rest will be from a fundraiser. So that's what I did, and then when I asked for amount, don't like the way their applications are not the best.
Hmm.
1,500 I requested.
Okay.
That took way longer to find than it should have.
That's okay. 1,500 requested, but we're just thinking that those can be a few hundred from the other groups. Okay.
Like I said, I think I asked for almost the full amount, but like I said, when I ended up, one of the women on the cultural council came into the library about something else. We started talking, and she's like, "Yep, this year $29,000 in requests."
Wow. I would love to know. I would love to see what those other ones
Yeah.
are too. You know.
And
Right.
every year the library submits their
Oh right.
the summer reading program.
Yeah.
Last year funded in full.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
This year Deb's like, she's like, I'm gonna be lucky if we get anything. So it's like, yay.
I wonder what the extra projects were. Anyway, okay. So that commemorative sign, obviously, we're September 2026, right? Is when the anniversary is.
Of the
So-
200th game.
Right.
August 2026 is the anniversary of them naming it Soldiers Field.
Okay.
Oh.
Before that, it was Schuster's Field.
Okay.
In August of 2026 in August of 1946 is when they named it Soldiers Field in honor of the boys and girls that came home from the war.
Okay.
And that's originally when the game was supposed to happen, but it got rained out. It was supposed to happen with the Indians, and that's when it got rescheduled, and it ended up being the Yankees.
Okay.
So there was actually a bunch of stuff that happened in August.
So I'm just thinking, if they're meeting like today, do you think we'll hear in like January?
Usually, Deb says she usually hears in January.
Okay. So then we can
And then
make
Ryan,
a plan from
yeah,
there.
and Ryan asked to let us know. He said once we know,
Then-
let him know, and we'll get together, figure out what we're gonna do.
The
Once we know what the
recommendations.
money situation is, then we go forward. Because
Okay.
once we know the money situation, we'll be able to know what size board. We'll have a better idea of what size board and where we're going.
Okay.
I think rather than trying to do anything now
Right.
and then being like, oh no, we're having to downsize by a lot.
Right. And but I was still like, how long does it take them to make that board? You know, like that. I never asked that question. So, but anyways, we
That's a good
figure like a couple months, right? So
Yeah.
by the spring, we want to be on our way. Okay. All right. So they'll email you directly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right, that sounds good. And then recreation probably isn't meeting this time of year anyway, so we'll just try to get on their agenda in the winter. And
Well, I see
Call a special
Jen
meeting.
quite a bit at the bank, and is Katie Malo still on Recreation Commission?
You know, that I'm not sure, because I haven't seen them in a while, so.
But I see her quite a bit too.
Oh,
So
okay.
I
She
see
might be, or she might not be.
I see
don't
one
really
or maybe
remember.
two that are on quite a bit. So if I ever needed to, I could.
okay. Oops, the word on here. This is supposed to be saved, right? Doesn't this stay in the folder?
No.
Okay. Okay. So that takes care of that, right? We're on to the working session, or?
Yep.
we're like figuring out, because now we're a little bit different from where we were, right? Because now we've finished, not finished, but we've gone through all the properties.
Okay. So, here we go. All right. I'll try to explain.
Coding, I like it.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Let me start this way. Okay. So I got 2 copies, that way if we need to. Okay, so these are all of the originals. And
That's everything in the district of the,
this is everything that was contributing.
okay,
A is architectural, H is historical, B is both, no is we're not using it. What narrative it fits into: street number, address, established, estimated year built, historic name, architecture type, story, theme, photo, notes. This was the original, like, scribble note page that got typed up.
can I just clarify something? So if we've got a house in there that was a modern building, is it not on that list?
No, it's contributing only,
How come
Contributing
it starts
only.
with number 3?
because it's under architectural.
Oh, where'd my house go? Did it fall off?
Yours was both.
Oh, it's both. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so yours
I'm like,
is...
it's gone. It's not at the top.
So yours is here,
Oh, okay. Number 2?
or where?
What's the number of your house?
2?
Oh no, yours went under historical.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I remembered it had been.
So,
at
but
the
this
top.
is
I was
just
like,
the
it's gone.
original. This is like all of them, but I had sorted it by architectural, historical,
Oh,
both,
okay.
or no. Okay. So then, okay, let's go backwards. Then I did all the properties, and I kind of did a different sheet where I could sort them a little better. Question marks are, we said we wanted to keep them, but we never really said
Why?
where or why.
Okay,
So I'm like, I don't know. So,
yeah, so I have to look at those again.
Yes. And it's just all of them kind of situation.
Can I look at this?
Yep, so.
Oh, wait,
Okay. Not included are right here, just if we decide we need to go back.
okay,
This one was, the property had no value, but the historical narrative that was attached to the property had value. Like, whatever the history that Marsh had included probably had something to do with the history in town, which is why I highlighted that one.
okay.
All right. Then the Not Shores, they're just done by street. I just went nice and simple by street. I kind of did, like Gilbo, I'm sure it was just part of the mill story, but we hadn't really figured out where.
So this is, what's this one again?
Not sure.
Oh, okay, I see at the top.
Okay.
Not sure.
Both.
Okay,
These are the ones that fit into both, which means they're historical and they are, thank you, like Builder A.F. Jones rental housing. So that's why it fits under both. Bowen Court, the whole of Bowen Court, we were just doing its own section. A lot of them, we thought the house was interesting for some architectural reason, and it probably had to do with mills. Or it was a school, a mill, a church, a library. It fit something, it was a town building
yeah.
or a
I can see from the
business.
historic names.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
those are those ones that kind of, that's why they fell under the both. Okay. And those ones I think I just sorted by street number to start off with, because they're easy to sort now. Like, they can be sorted even more, but I just started there because there was a lot. Historical story. These two on Cook Street, I think we miscategorized them, so we need to look at those again.
Okay.
A lot of these fit into multiple stories. Adaptive reuse, mill worker housing. Adaptive reuse, business office. Adaptive reuse, mill. They can fit multiple, so it kind of becomes we've got to figure out where we want it to go. General town story is what I just use for stuff that's like doesn't like Sokol Hall, Soldiers Field, the tavern. Like they don't really have, but a lot of it's mill.
Which is good
Mill,
for
mill. Schuster
our
Mill.
messaging.
And then house and business. If it was a house and a business. And those are how those ones are done. Architectural was done 2 different ways. Done by location and done by style.
Okay.
Style does not work because you can tell these are each street is its own color. Style bounces
Yeah.
a lot. So you can't really get this is all the same style on this street. But at the same time, architectural, if you go by street, you get the same thing with architectural. Minus Main Street, minus a couple of sections. It also bounces.
Okay.
So, thoughts?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's here, it's separated, but it's still confusing.
It's here, it's separated, now we gotta put it back together.
Yeah, now I'm going to puzzle it back. Okay, so we were Slovak, so my mother always said she was allowed to say this. It's like Polacks, who cut up fabric to sew it back together to make a quilt. Tell me how that makes any sense. Let me cut this all into tiny, tiny little pieces to make a big one big thing.
Yeah, right. I know. It's good that we have it all colored because then we can think about
Like I
it.
said, I've got 2 sets, and it's in the Google Drive as a
What does it say? I'll try.
I don't know. Hold on a second. I'll tell you in a minute. It is in the normal like
And do we have,
no.
excuse me, sorry. Just so bored, I guess. No, just
It is in Project Downtown Douglas 2023 project narrative breakdown.
Say that one more time. Project.
Downtown Douglas. The normal like way to get to it 2023. And then then narrative breakdown.
Okay. Okay. So, maybe we start here, which is easier. The historical story is probably, we're probably going to want to keep all of these and photo all of them.
The good news is, you know how we were worried that there were going to be a ton of properties? Historical, 44 properties. That's it. That's not bad for the historical narrative. Architectural, 42. Sorry, there's a header column there. Both, we get a little bit more, but we've got to remember it includes businesses, library, churches. So we get 65. It also includes monuments. It includes a lot of that stuff.
So,
The Not Sures, which included a lot of Gilbo, is 40. So
let me ask you, I forget the other town that we were kind of,
they had like
Yes.
200 properties.
Lennox.
okay,
They had a ton. I counted, and they were a ton included.
okay.
So I mean, we're no different. But I know that was a concern. Like, are we picking too many?
so you don't think we are?
No. Like, one of the ones that I think would be a boat that's under the Not Sure is Olive Orchard Place. Orchard Place is kind of like Bowen Court. It's a story in itself,
Yeah.
both ways.
Okay. So if I were to lay all these papers out, you're gonna see the same property more than once, because every single page is a different property? Well,
You ignored those two pieces?
then these are just what's everything else. Okay, because what I'm thinking is,
So architectural by location and architectural by, these are duplicate, like.
yes.
So
Okay.
these are the same properties, just separated.
Okay.
Differently.
Because what I'm thinking
But all
is,
of these are individuals.
okay, so this is not included, we already know we don't want that.
Right, there might be something we might want to go back to, that's why I did,
No, thank you, by the way, this is awesome.
I included it because I don't, even though they're not included, we might be like,
Because
crap, I wish we.
To make it easier, what I'm thinking is,
I feel
You're
like
not sure.
Focus on one part.
I think we start with one.
yeah, and we're like, so the historical story are probably the more likely ones that will want to keep all of these like they are. They've got their story. And then the architectural style by, I guess to make a note on them. The architecture, this is the one this is by street,
Yeah, location, yep, and that's by style.
and this by
Style.
style. Okay. So then we look, I think more of this one, like
But like I said,
here's.
it bounces around a ton. So it's
Okay.
hard. So one of the things that, and the thing is, this I think we save for later, because I think we're going to need a map.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost think we're going to need pins.
Mm.
Because,
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
well, no, because, I mean, you're looking at them and you're like, oh, these are,
Multiple colored pins, right?
but you're like,
we can have little pictures too.
but like, you think it's far away from each other, but are they really?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Not a bad idea.
56 Gilboa and 14 C Street, how far away are they? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we think they're far away, but are they really far away?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I
Probably not.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like, where I'm saying they're bouncing around, how much are they really bouncing?
So maybe start here, like you said.
I'm almost thinking here and then both, or maybe we look at not sure and just figure out what we want to do with not sure first to figure out where they belong.
Because I was just thinking the not sures are because we weren't sure about them. So if we've got a story and you're like, I'm not sure we have
Well,
enough
not sure
here.
also could have been like we were going quick and I didn't write it down correctly, or
Okay.
something like that,
Mm-hmm.
or we were bouncing things. That always happened. That happened a few times too, especially like at the end of a night. Like the very end of the last session, there were no notes, which is why Orchard Street's on there, or Orchard Place, because there were no notes. We were just like, okay, we're keeping them
Yeah.
out the door.
And yeah, so since we've got one that's not marked, maybe we can mark this one. And I think we already decided like
The-
Orchard Place is one story.
I feel like it's like Boeing Court. It's a story
Yeah.
that can be both, because it's like Boeing Court. It's its own little village story of itself.
Yeah.
Does everybody agree with that?
Yes.
All built the same year by Schuster. Okay, so
I'm not sure.
if I go into all properties, and let me,
And this is set up by, I can't tell which order this is in.
which, historical? Wait,
Story and theme?
yes, that was done by story and theme.
Okay. 22 and 23. Okay. So there's adaptive reuse, longstanding businesses, the town, mill housing, more mill housing.
I mean, let's be honest, mill housing is the majority of our
everything.
story.
Which, yeah, and that's what that's good,
Okay,
because that's what
so-
our whole theme is.
So Orchard, wait, before we do anything, I think this is kind of how things got lost before. Okay, so Orchard Place becomes built by Schuster Interest in 1939. The story theme is Mill Schusters, right?
Yeah.
Does anybody have a problem with that being for Orchard Place?
No.
Okay,
Which building are you talking about?
Orchard Place.
Oh, Orchard Place as a group? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
If we're looking at stories, if we just want to go under not sure, go right till Gilboa. So
Mhm.
you've got in there, you have got a bunch of them. Let me see. We are talking about 17.
17 buildings.
Yes, or 17 properties, because one of them's a Carter Square Memorial, so that's automatically under both,
Ah.
because we're not quite sure how those are going.
Mm-hmm. I think if we look at these now, though, I think we're just going to be just as confused about whether or not we need them
Well,
without
it says,
seeing what it's near or what's missing.
2 through 18 all fit one story.
Okay, 2, 3. That's almost all of them.
Yep, and the one story, I bet you, is going to be I mean, if you look at them, they're all the time period's mostly the same that they were built.
Mm. Okay.
We've got, it was part of, I think, the mill, there was mill part mill housing on there. We said those houses particular were, like, they were a particular story.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether it was because of the way they looked and we could just fit them all on, like, do multiple shots of them
Yeah. Right.
and then just say, like, this is a typical village area.
Yeah, I'm just like quickly reading through like the stories on here, on that sheet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, like, it's like you said, some of them kind of bounce around what style they are, and then the stories, it seems like it's not all one person that owned them. I don't see like it's the same person that built them necessarily.
Right.
You know, I'm not seeing like that continuity in them for that.
But style looking, there's a lot of similarities. Like,
Yeah,
look-wise, maybe not like architect type, but
looks
visual,
wise. Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does.
We've got 3 adaptive reuses.
One's the slaughterhouse.
One's a slaughterhouse.
Imagine.
4, 8, and 10 were all adaptive reuses.
Wait, so they're all together too.
I'm just wondering, how do we put them together as a group?
Well, 4, 8, and 10
Or, I mean, the adaptive reuse
could just be
sure.
together.
we have one worker housing that I could see.
Those are all on the same, like, there's nothing between them either. They're all on the same side of the street. You know what I mean? They're all next to each other. If you took a photo, they'd all be in sequence. So my vote is to put those three together as adaptive reuse.
So that would move them into Story. Does it say what 4 and 10 were?
10 is the slaughterhouse.
Yeah, 4 and 8 were, I'm sorry.
1 is a barn. 4 is, that was a shoe factory or tannery, number 4.
And 8 was barns that were converted into a home.
There's been a lot of barns.
Yeah.
That one was like the barn, and then the one next to it's the slaughterhouse. Those are the two that are like really close together. 8 and 10.
Yes, they are, as you can see.
Yeah.
And then my first gut thing I'm thinking, other than that, is to pick. I remember there being a couple that had similar architectural styles, and then those probably just go together. And that's it. I mean, a lot of these are not. I don't know. They're not that impressive.
9 was worker housing, I believe.
Large tenement house.
I don't know if it's impressive or not.
I mean, it's not impressive, but it doesn't look changed that much.
No, it's.
Oh, that was the cape. That was the double cape. I think that's one of the reasons we kept that one. Oh, and that's the one that might have
It's
been
pretty early
moved.
too.
Yeah, number 9 says it might have been moved.
So that one is both because of the double cape and moving, I think, is one of the reasons we liked that one.
Douglas Colby shot himself in 1941. There.
Another one? I don't know. I just researched a guy that did the same thing on Manchog Street.
Wow.
I was just researching him thanks to Marcia's little note.
If we're looking at same style, we've got, for capes, we've already got 2 on there. The third one would be 11.
Which, without that porch, they're probably pretty similar, right? Or like the same, if this didn't have the porch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 18 is a vernacular cape.
Extra piece of paper. Yep. So, I'd say those are all in the same family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That across the street and further down wouldn't help us much with the photo. but-
I'm just saying, if we're talking like same style,
Yeah, I agree.
but the problem being, if we want to get complicated, well, Slaughterhouse, we've got historical, but that would actually be both, because is adaptive reuse going historical or is it going both?
Historical or
I would say,
I don't know.
so I would say that's more of a story than it is architectural,
Okay.
right? Because, I mean,
It's not like they're following the Victorian.
right.
So we've got one of them is both because it's a double cape and it's mill worker housing. So it's a historical and an architectural because of being the double cape. One's a historical because it's adaptive reuse. And then this one is not listed as anything yet.
Number 18.
Oh,
Is that what you're saying?
yes. So whether or not, it's a question of whether or not we add it or not. I'm saying if we're looking for same style. Oh, and number 2 was a cape. Which is closer
And all
to,
looks almost exactly the same as the other.
Yeah.
I'd rather add 2 then, because it's closer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have, what kind of story does it have?
Occupied by Arthur Morse, one of the oldest on Gilboa, built in 1845. This is a bunch of owners. These lamp holders on posts are used in places today as relics.
Mm.
Somewhat. So one of the original owners took care of the old kerosene street lamps we used to light the village before electric lights in 1902.
Okay, well, we can just say part of the cape story of that street.
Yes.
So
I
we
like
could
that.
always just be like, in the architectural section, be like, this is an example of one of the capes that you will find on
Yes.
this street. There
I
are
like it.
multiples.
Yes.
And then we can get rid of, then we won't bother with 18.
18 will lose, right?
We'll lose 18 and we will lose 11. Okay. Okay, so we've got 5 and 7.
I don't know why we pick these. I don't think.
We basically picked like that whole section. We were originally, our 5 and
Because
7.
we were trying to leave. No.
I do.
Those are done. Put them all together.
I honestly think that might have been one of the things. Like I said, I literally have this entire section.
And we may have saved this one to look into it more to.
Which one?
Was Thayer 7. AJ Thayer. But was it built by AJ Thayer?
Yes.
It definitely was, because it says it,
It
may
says it on
have been.
building says so.
But building based off of Marsh, I think. Pretty
Yeah.
sure.
When we were in Saratoga, you could see like some of like the real architects, you know, like some of what they built, and I shouldn't say real architects, but like the well-known ones.
Yeah.
You could see why they wanted to know about architectural. I mean, Thayer is, I guess, important here, but.
And this is another
Wait,
house that got moved.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so the moving, I would keep for the moving aspect possibly.
7. So I was going to say moving story.
Yeah.
This is 5.
I bet you if we look forward, we're going to find a couple houses that look like some of these. I think there were a couple of houses that looked very similar. There were multiple houses that looked the same. No, moving, I think once we go forward.
That one. I looked at.
Okay, that's one of the ones. I bet you if you look at 7, that's almost identical.
Mm-hmm.
7 and 13 are almost identical. 15 is very similar in style. 16 looks like it could have been similar in style, and they added the porch.
Mm-hmm.
I think what it was is that they were all very much that style.
Yeah.
So I almost think we could pick one of them and be like, you will find many of this architectural style on this street.
Right.
I feel like 7 looks nice.
Does it still?
Yes. I want to say they kind of redid the paint. I could be wrong.
Oh, that's our photo.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't want to include 5, the gingerbread house. Everybody knows it's true. Everybody knows it's true.
Okay.
It's not quite as gingerbready anymore, but it was a gingerbread house. 12 was that pre-World War
1940.
pre-World War II, like, I think that was just as they were getting into, like, that style, and I think that's why we grabbed 12.
I don't feel like we have that much of a story with that one.
Okay,
You think
so
we do?
I will tell you, we barely, so we,
Well, it says 1940?
so we had, like, the post-World War II story. We barely have any. We thought
Okay.
we did. We barely have any. We might need to, like,
Just get rid of that.
no, but when we do it, we have to be like, there's very little, like, tell the story by saying that there's very little story to be told.
If you go by this, 12 is 1940 though, so.
No, but I meant, like, it's almost like that, like, end of Great Depression, post World War II is that particular style is very scarce. Quite a bit of bungalows, very little houses. Does that make sense? So I don't know if we want to fit that into, like, that time period, like 1940s to 1950s. Because I don't want to call it post World War II anymore, but there's, like, that 10-year period where we've got a Collins-sized handful. So, and this would fit in because it's not a bungalow. So many of them were bungalows.
All right, so we'll
So
leave it for
maybe
now.
maybe this one, and I'm gonna put for this one, I'm gonna put the 1940s to 1950s timeline. Okay, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think those were the ones that we were like the same, the same, the same, the same, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not including,
So we're getting rid of all those, right?
yep.
And then we jump ahead
Okay.
to 32.
Yep. Okay, so I just wanted to take care of, like, that story, like,
Right.
why were those the way those were. Okay. Oh, this house. This one was unique. This was just a unique house. I think this was supposed to be architectural because of the uniqueness of the style.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well, it says it's similar to other colonial revival.
But did we see any of them? I don't recall seeing many of those that we grabbed.
I don't know.
What the
I guess
There's
I
a
don't.
bunch on North Street.
Where on North Street?
31 to 37.
Nope, those are the big ones.
Like that grouping of
That's
the big multifamilies.
yeah, those are a totally
Yeah.
different style, I think. Or are they?
I think
we have them
search on the
listed as
computers, right?
colonial revival.
Some of them have like
And
the porches
22.
added and they do look somewhat different than that though.
It's one of those where, like, they maybe
Main
they're
Street,
maybe
we
they're
have
not
some.
different, but they feel like they're completely different.
Depot Street.
Okay, so yes, but no.
It's like the same but without the porches.
But also look at they don't have the same type of roof. The roof is very different.
Right, because
Mm.
that's got a hipped roof, and those two have like, whatever you
Slanted.
want to call it, the regular, regular
What was the other?
triangular
regular.
roof.
What was the other one?
Triangular shaped roof.
29 Depot,
29 Depot.
which was the Memorial High School.
Oh, that nope, that doesn't. That's where we are right now. That's a building.
82 and 86 Gilboa.
Those are the
Oh, I know it.
so those are totally different than that. I said-
196 and 206 Main. I'm just looking. I was just
Yeah.
trying to
No,
figure out what.
to me, I feel like we haven't seen many of that, and maybe it is all up to the roof. But I just feel like we haven't seen. What did you say, Maine? 196.
196 and 206. I think. Yep.
Nope, that's a regular, good old-fashioned, boring colonial, and that is that's kind
But
of.
why is it important to keep it?
I think we just grabbed it because it didn't look like. I'm saying I think we grabbed it originally because it didn't look like any of the others.
Yeah.
And I think we did the same with this one that's yellow now.
Yeah.
They
right.
were both.
I remember the discussion on the roof on that one.
They were
The
they were
type of
both
roof
just
it
grabbed
was.
because they were just slightly different than what the standards were in everything else.
How do they benefit our story?
Yeah, that's what I'm not sure about.
Like when we're putting this all together and we're trying to fit things in together, how is that contributing to the direction we want to go? Other than saying, there's this random house that's different than everything else.
Right. It was built a long time ago.
Right.
Keep it in, and if we can't put it in, take it out later on.
I just lose it now.
Do we have it in under architectural though?
It was under.
Not sure.
It was
It was
under
under
not
not
sure,
sure.
but it
Okay.
had the word unique next to it, which makes me think that it was supposed to be under architectural.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the only, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is when we put this all together, what narrative architecturally are we going for?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, are we saying,
I think
do you know what I'm trying
Yes,
to
I
say?
do, absolutely. Like,
I can't
yeah.
get the words out. Like,
I think part of it was like, for the most part, you're showing like that most of them are the same, but every now and then you've got the one or two outliers.
Mm-hmm.
Or like on same street, you've got that one like prominent family house
Yeah.
that's around all the mill housing.
Yeah.
but is that a prominent family house?
No, I'm saying like
Yeah,
the
right.
different stories you're telling is like the way things step out.
Yeah. So it sounds like you don't want to lose that one.
I just don't want to take it out right off the bat.
Okay.
I feel like
We'll say
it's,
maybe drop
I feel like
this
it's a
one.
lot easier to take something out later
Yeah,
on
that's
than
true.
it is to find it again.
Yeah, that's true. So that's,
Okay.
that's
Because it's like you're like, oh
Yeah.
wait, there was that one house
Wait,
we
I'm
were
on the wrong
thinking
line.
of. What was it?
We could like put it under architectural and then just revisit it as we kind of group them together to see if there's
Because
a
you've got
place we
this
want it.
Because you've got this one, and then right down the street, you've got the yellow
The
one.
yellow one,
that
yeah.
we've included. The
Right.
yellow one got included.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both very similar, but they're similar in the fact that they're not similar.
Right.
The yellow one got included where, though?
I believe probably
Under
architecture.
Architectural?
Yep. And it was also rental housing. It was included under architectural. 42. Is this one? Is this one right on the corner?
I believe so.
That's blue now, or
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
is. That looks like the one that's blue now.
Yep. It. I don't know why we included that one.
Yeah. I don't think we need to.
Was there anything in the historic that we might have kept it for?
Nope. Just I think construction style, and I honestly don't know. So now my concern is we've taken out a lot. This house is generally similar to other construction of its type in 19th century Douglas in that area. I'm concerned we've taken out a lot of that wording in this particular street, because we took out an entire section of that street. So I would almost say keep that in temporarily with the word 19th century character construction. And then if we find when we're actually, because we don't have it, because it's on a different sheet, we don't have it. If we find once we actually get there that, oh wait, no, we've got all of them, then we take it out.
Okay.
But because it's actually stated
Yeah.
right there, I don't want to shunt it out without making sure that we've got a really good example.
Right.
And that house hasn't changed structurally.
Yeah.
I'm logging me out for some reason.
Oh, no.
I had to try and remember my password.
Oh, no.
And I've changed everything.
Oh.
My Amazon got hacked.
Oh.
Scott got stuck in horrible traffic.
I saw that.
Pine Grove Cemetery, is that just under both? We would say both for that, right? Just general story.
General story.
It's would
General
and
story, I'm just kind of
history.
I'm kind
I
of
was
putting
not
general
really
story.
Architectural. There's no
Yeah.
architecture.
General
right.
story, like those, like the monuments and everything, I'm kind of putting both for now, because I'm
Yeah.
not quite sure what to do.
I mentioned earlier the amount of cemeteries in Douglas. How many were
Yeah.
Right.
created around that same time? And could that be like a story in and of itself?
The thing is,
They're
there,
not like
Except this
registered
one was,
properties.
this one had to do with the Second Congregational Church. So this one was like that church's burial ground.
Okay.
So it's a little different than like the family ones that are just kind of like.
and actually, I don't believe a lot of the family ones are in the section that we're doing. A lot of them you're going to find
Right,
closer
they're
to like
kind of
up by
further
me.
out. Yeah, right. Yep.
What's A Street? 20 A Street.
That's Pascal's house. Why? Oh, I think it was. It's because it was architecturally unchanged. I think
Oh,
it was
it's like
just
a little
it was just a
bungalow.
good. I
Okay.
think it was just a good example of a bungalow.
Right, from that time frame.
Yep. I think it was a 1920s,
Because we like didn't have too many of the bungalow styles, I don't think.
1920s bungalow character that was relatively unchanged, I think is why we had kept that one.
I think the year on the cemetery needs to be changed, but I'll go into that more later.
Okay. I
Can
said,
you see? I don't seem to be able to get into the drive. I don't know
In
if
a
I
lot
did
of things, it
something.
was marked 1812.
you should be able to get into it from yours. You should be through your Gmail. It should be a shared thing. You have shared power. It's
I
shared.
guess I don't know what the link is then. I forgot everything.
If you just go into your Gmail and you go over
I-
to your drive,
I don't know how to get to my Gmail from.
Google,
No.
Google.com.
Okay.
And then
And then what?
like
once you log in, up on the side,
go back up. No, go back, Jeff, all the way back up.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, here. Like, no, right here. There's your drive right there. Is that your personal?
Something is going weird. It's like not going to the one I usually get to.
So,
That's not it.
so where?
I was using this to do a website.
Sign out?
So it's
Use another account, and you should be able to sign in with yours in there.
Look it up.
Yeah, the thing I was going to say with the year, a lot of things said the first burial was 1812, but I went and cleaned the two stones that they thought were 1812, and it's not a 1, it's a 4.
So it's 1814.
Well, it
Oh.
would be the
1840.
two ones that they thought were 1812 or 1842. So the earliest one now is 1820, but the deed that establishes the cemetery is 1836. So there was like 13 people buried there before 1836, but it didn't become a cemetery like until it was deeded as a cemetery in 1836.
so creepy.
Yeah.
When I was in 3rd grade living there,
Oh yeah.
so spooked
Tales
out by
from the
the
Crypt.
cemetery.
Oh.
Tales from the Crypt.
Freaked you out?
Did you ever watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember
Not
the?
very
do-
often,
do-
'cause
do
it
you remember?
scared
Do you
me to
remember the
death.
one with the guy coming up from the grave? That was the first and
Oh.
only episode I ever watched. I don't do graveyards to this day because of Tales from the Crypt.
I guess I was a strange child. I don't know.
Now, her.
But anyway, 1820 is the first burial, and 1836 is the year of the deed.
Yeah. So per what Betsy gave me, I have 1812
Right.
listed, and
Because
then
a lot of things had that until the two people that they thought were 1812. Like, when you clean them up, you can see that it's a 4. And I confirmed it with their death records. So, like,
and then
it's wrong.
Yeah, so she goes Pine Cemetery, also known as Pine Grove, on Cemetery Street, 1812. Cemetery was private, belonging to Second Congregational. In 2016, the cemetery was turned over to the town.
Right.
That's what she had given me
Oh, okay.
for original information.
Right. And that 1812 date I've seen in the reconnaissance report and some other places. But like I said, if you clean the graves and then you look at the death certificate, it's 1842 on the two people they thought were 1812. Because the 1 is a 4, but it looked like a 1 because it was
Oh.
dirty.
So it'll be interesting. So the source I looked at for the Center Cemetery
Yeah.
is Cemetery Sources: A Guide to Massachusetts Cemeteries by David Allen Lambert.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be interesting to see what
I wonder
he
if he
says.
has it in there.
So I'll look.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll scan all the Douglas pages for you, along
okay.
with the cover and the title page. You know,
Yeah.
the pertinent pages.
All right.
And then once I get the source that he cites, I will scan those pages
Oh,
and
okay.
send them over to you.
Cool. All right.
Okay, so back to
Where we were.
where we were. So yeah, we're gonna keep Pascal's bungalow because that was a good one. 14 Cook Street was driving me bonkers. Um, 14 Cook was this cute little one.
Oh,
Oh, I love that house.
And I
Yeah.
think we wanted to keep it because we loved that house.
It is a really nice house.
And the other thing is Machuga, well-known name in town, I believe. One of them ran the market in town, I believe. One of the sons was killed in the war. Just didn't. I think that
So
was
it
all.
does have a little bit of historical narrative.
It's historical,
Yeah.
and the so I think we were kind of thinking both, but because we also just really like the house and want to include
It's such
it.
a cute house.
And I think
Yeah.
that's kind of where we were on that one.
Right?
Okay. So, like, basically, we don't know where that's gonna land.
Nope. So I'm gonna put both, and I'm literally putting cute house and possible historical narrative due to family.
Okay.
Then the other one was 15 Cook, and we had feelings because they've done work, but I don't think they've changed the front.
Even in this picture, they're doing like an addition.
Well, that's why we had feelings.
Okay.
A house possibly moved from Sutton, so I mean, we could make it work.
Yeah.
So that one was a questionable one. I don't know if we want to.
I think, for 14 and 15 and 32 Gilboa and 42 Gilboa, they're probably going to drop out, but we're not sure until we go through everything, right? Through everything else.
Well, this one we can do a moving story. I said, I don't think we have this. I think once we do some of these, we're not going to have as many stories as we think we. I think we're.
Right.
Well, that's why I was thinking to instead go to the historical and the architectural first and see what our stories are. So I can see this adaptive reuse story. I can see the general town story. I can see the mill worker story. And then we fill in, either because it's close by or because we need it for that part of the story.
But there was a reason we picked them, and like I said, the reason they might not have got included is because we were rushing.
Yeah.
So I don't want to leave them
Right.
out,
Okay.
and that's why I want to do
Well,
them.
no, I'm not saying to leave them out. I'm just saying to
But-
leave them towards the end.
But I'm saying they might have been important, and I don't want to. I want to make sure they get included in the beginning.
Okay.
Because, like I said, some nights we were rushing to get out.
Right? We were like, okay.
And I was
whatever
doing
time.
a lot
Right.
of that, and I know things got missed.
Okay.
I mean, so Main Street, we've got an adaptive reuse. So 312, 314, and 318. Okay, that's the one next to the Grill on Main, the yellow house. It's the house next to it, and it's the bicycle shop and BZ Nutrition. Those three could go as a single block picture,
Yeah.
is what we were actually talking about.
Okay. That's
All
fine.
three of them were adaptive reuse. 312 was everything and a house.
Yeah.
312 and 318, 312 to 318 just had a lot of, I think it was more just tenant housing all the time. And then 314 was just tenant housing. but it also said the doctor, so I don't know if it was also a doctor's office. I always get confused when they say a doctor lived there. You're like, okay, he lived there. Does that mean he worked there?
Right,
Because they
right.
don't always tell you whether or not he
Yeah.
worked there. And that one drives me bonkers. Okay, they ran the Lovett shop. No, wait, hold on. It doesn't say, but it does say it still has a character from that time period. And then, like I said, 318 has been a little bit of everything. In my lifetime, I can remember about 8 different businesses.
Yeah.
Being-
Yeah, the businesses seem very central to the story of the town, so I would vote to keep those as,
So-
what was it, 3 of them
Yeah,
together?
like I said, and I mean, you kind of need to include the tenant house in the middle just because it kind of works with the 3 of them
Yeah.
together. If you really wanted to, you could include 322,
Okay.
which has changed. It's not on. No, it is on here. It has changed drastically. I believe there was a fire there. That's Harry's.
Oh.
That has also gone under. That's kind of been a bunch of things. It was a house. Does it say
We
that?
could almost fit all of these into like a narrative of,
I mean, if you really want to, you could fit the goodness store in there too. You could go like from
Yeah.
312 to the goodness store.
like
and
they're all
just
kind of adaptive reuse, and because it's
business.
like the town's
center.
downtown center area.
So do we want to go both? Because I kind of feel like they all kind of there is some architectural on some of them. Because like some of them
Yeah, I would
do
go both.
Yeah.
some of them do definitely still fit the architectural style. Okay, so it is.
You could even argue that Harry's would have too if there wasn't a fire.
I actually think I have the clipping from when it had the fire.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so 319 I think is the Chinese restaurant,
I believe you're right, because I just scrolled by it on here. Yes.
which was also at one point a laundromat. Has housing as well. I mean, this is an everything type situation that also fits in that downtown story.
Yeah.
So I think that just kind of, even though it's on the opposite side of the street, fits into the same story that the other side fits into. Unless anybody has any.
No, I agree, and I wonder if when taking pictures, if we can kind of get that, like include a picture, almost like from where they close the road off, and standing in front of the post office that has kind of both.
Or,
Yeah.
or if you could stand at Greg's.
Yeah.
Greg's
Would
might
get
be
all of
another
them.
might be another location that you can get them all from.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, to me those are definitely, and I think because that, to me that's one section that's the heart of downtown, where the Wickstead building is the other part, the Gregory building. Like they're two kind of separate parts but very much both essential to the downtown.
Okay.
347 is another Schuster housing. No, I'm sorry. This one's a Hayward. Which one is it under? I've got it under both. I don't know which one it actually is. And honestly, it just
Hayward is on.
it would just go under history along with all the other ones that are on the history with the same exact thing. So it would be, we keep them all there, and then we pick and choose based on which ones fit the pictures the prettiest based on what we've got right now. And I think we won't know until we actually take the pictures. Because some of them, like, I know one of them in the summer, we wouldn't get any type of picture.
Because of the trees.
The trees.
Right.
But right now, oh my God, like, beautiful view of the house.
Right.
You talking about the one with the pillars? No.
The one next to the house with all the Christmas lights. Across from, if you're coming up North Street and you're stopped at the monument,
Yep.
across the street, you get the house with all the lights, and then you get the one to the left of it. There's no like bushes or anything right now. And this is a Hayward. And also, really good 19th century character. Okay. Manchog, we've got an A.F. Jones. So that's architecture.
Okay.
Okay. 4 North Street is the one that Scott wanted to look at. Isn't that the one that he said he had that thing in the back?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Am I making something up?
No, but I don't remember what it was he said. But I
Yeah.
do remember, yes, that is the one.
Okay. So I'm not crazy. Okay. Right. Let's redo this list by narrative. Okay, so the 3 houses on Pleasant Street. The 1, 2, 3 right after
Look
the.
like we have 2 of them that say very similar architecture.
Yep, and then the 3rd one is not that far off.
Right.
It doesn't have a porch. But it almost like,
It almost looks identical. Like, it's not, but it is.
yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like,
It doesn't have the whole overhang.
sorry.
It's a generation or more later.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they definitely have very similar elements. Probably more so these 2 than that one.
Those are
Yeah.
the 2 identical. This was the one that
Yeah.
was built 30, 40 years later. But I mean, they built it as close to the other ones.
So we could put them together, you're thinking?
Yeah, I just don't know whether it would be put together as an architecture
I don't
or.
think there's much of a historic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's just architecture, I don't see anything.
And it could even be something like these 2 houses were built here when the third house
Third house.
third house was built 40 years later. That's
Right.
what I was trying to
Right.
say. They did their best to match the style of what was already there.
Right. Yep.
I mean,
Agreed.
that's kind of how you can BS
Yeah.
that.
It's that Greek revival.
So we 2, 4, 6. We knocked out 8. And then we kind of added the rest in a even-ish way.
Mm-hmm.
Like we didn't heavy load any one category.
Mhm.
So now architecture's got 52, which isn't that bad. And like I
Okay.
said, we're probably going to end up pulling some once we actually see pictures.
We're also gonna be grouping some.
A lot,
you
yeah.
know, and so that 52 can turn to 30 really quickly.
What's the number for historical?
I haven't gotten that far yet. Both is 80. I'm doing them in order.
Okay.
And historical is, because it goes alphabetical, 50.
Oh, wow.
Like I said,
That's good.
we didn't really, they were very much evenly
Yeah,
done out.
right.
And like I said, I think it's a lot easier. I'd rather have more and get rid of than trying to be like, oh,
Adding in.
what was that house that we really liked that
Right.
had this one feature?
Right.
So,
So now we
okay,
can get rid of one of these things of paper.
yay!
That's right. So this one's done.
Okay, so what we have for categories again
Mm-hmm.
is adaptive reuse, which I definitely think we've got.
There's a lot of.
Mill buildings,
Mm-hmm. And a lot there.
mill housing,
Mm-hmm.
architects, builders who built several houses in the area, which I almost feel like we're going to end up almost not
Getting
using.
rid of some.
Yeah, because I feel
because-
like A.F. Jones doesn't really, as much as we said we kept seeing him, 4.
Okay.
4, I think, is what the number ended up being.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Um,
So maybe strike that from the record.
I mean, we'll see once we, post World War II housing, I would like to change to be 1940s to 1950s, because like I said, and there wasn't a ton, but I do think we need to highlight that there's a lack of it
Mm-hmm.
by, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, And then the mill stuff, we need to break out into the 2 different mill periods. And we're missing the general town story here. And I feel like that would cover the ball field, the churches, the center of town,
Mm-hmm.
everyday life, let's call it. I don't know if that's the right way to phrase it. And then I don't know if we would want to have another section that would cover monuments, cemeteries, like that type.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Unless you're going to squeeze them into another category, they kind of really are all in a category.
Yeah.
So I feel like this, and this is really one story. The mill buildings, mill housing, mill periods are one story with different chapters.
Yeah.
Mhm. Agreed.
And then, like I said, the town story, and I don't know, like, and then, like I said, adaptive reuse would we're saying story, but that could almost fit into architecture in a way
Mm-hmm.
if we wanted to. Because if you look at them, what I saw when I was doing it is a lot of the adaptive reuse. There's a theme in that, barns
Yeah.
or businesses.
Buildings, yeah.
Yes, but then do we make things uneven by taking them out of where they are?
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
depending on how we need to.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I said one of the problems is a lot of times we've gone really quick a few times and things just got lost in translation because it's like we kind of set limits for ourselves and we're like, we're gonna get through this, and then
Yeah.
it's like, and I did my best, but all of a sudden I'm like, I don't know why we did it this way. Gotta figure this out.
So, what do we want to do for the last half hour?
I almost think we need to start with the most complicated one first. And that to me is both.
Okay.
The reason why is if we start with both, we'll kind of know how it's going and whether we need to put other parts of the story into both.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you look at how, I didn't bring that book with me. Of course I didn't. Whatever elk one we were using as our, whatever L town we were using as our.
Lennox.
Lennox. It would begin with an L. They separated them clearly out. They had their historical narrative and their,
I want to, do we have that somewhere?
We
in
do.
this? Okay.
of course we,
I figured, I just don't know where it is.
so if you go into
Shared folder.
Project Downtown Douglas, it's under samples. I'm pretty sure they had them both clearly delineated. One is one and one is the other.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if we're doing both, we're going to need to decide where it's going to go as we're writing it. And then we're going to need to add the other stuff to it. You know, like, okay, this goes under both. Which one do we think it belongs in more?
Okay.
And then we're going to need to add whatever the rest of the whatever the rest of the narrative is to it.
Okay. I think I got
Does
what
that
you're
make
saying. Yeah. Which that's a big section, right? This both section.
What did I say the both was? Was that 80?
Yeah.
And the other question with both is how do we want to like the historical, we knew that the story was the primary like decider, and then the time of the story was the second, like if we were
Mhm.
tiering it.
Mm-hmm.
How do we want to tier the both? You know, like what is our primary? This is what I'm asking.
I'm not
Mimi.
sure I understand.
I'm just.
Like-
So I'm just looking really quickly at the Lennox one, just to get an idea of kind
Okay.
of what they did.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And if you look at it, I think they start with So they start with architectural,
Okay.
and then it's like paragraph for every address that describes. So, I mean, when we're talking about bold, do we need to, like, tier it?
So like if we're grouping something together.
Yeah. I feel like just quickly, like looking at theirs, I almost wonder, could it have, do they have both? Is another question I have. I'm just looking at how, not that ours has to be exactly like theirs.
Mhm, yeah.
But
you
it's, theirs looks very,
Mhm.
okay, so like this, for instance. On Walker Street, a grouping of stores east of the Lennox Firehouse were replaced in blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
So it's 3 houses, it says, like, for the ones we were just talking about, for instance, the FJ Mortimer block contains 3 storefronts featuring XYZ. A year earlier, a 3-story stone clad had been erected at number 28 Walker Street. And then it goes on a little bit to talk about how 48 Walker Street was built just a few years, like, so almost like, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
So like
I feel like we should all just take this home and read it and let it
Marinate.
sink. Yes, marinate.
I'm going to kind of like, I'm thinking the story theme, I don't know if the way I did it works.
When it's, you mean the both thing or something else?
Like in general.
Don't say
like-
that after all this.
Like the mill theme, you mean?
Like-
Or what do you mean?
Like the way I listed it. Because you can't sort them.
You can't sort them?
Well, I
Like-
mean, we can if we go through and we say, okay, this is adaptive
Right, but
reuse,
but
that's
what I mean,
adaptive
like you
reuse.
can't like so like the one of them has like 19th century architecture, mill, Douglas manufacturing, and mill worker housing. It's got 3 different themes in one box.
Yes.
So like if you're looking for trying to find like just one of those 3 throughout the whole sheet, you're not able to. That's what I meant. Like you can't.
Yeah.
So
It's
maybe
not-
the good news is these sheets aren't so big that would be hard for us to do.
Yeah.
Right, there's not
But-
too many.
But
You
maybe,
separated them so well.
maybe what we should do is go back to the idea of having a map, and we don't have to do it all in one meeting, but if we even have colored pins,
Yeah.
No, is this too much? And it's like,
Or
It's
maybe
got a
not
his-
pins, we could do markers on a map.
yeah, and it's got, well, maybe like first it's like, this is all of them, and then it becomes more like, this is a really central piece, like the library or something like that, and then, you know, we know like certain streets have their stories, like Pleasant.
I almost feel like we have to, in some sense, jump ahead to how we're going to make this look
Mm-hmm.
in order to answer the questions you're asking.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is our final paper gonna look like? and
Right.
How are we gonna put each section of
Because
that
this is
together?
just architectural or historical.
Mhm.
When I look at Lennox, and they really go into detail on, like, you know, the baby boom and like a big paragraph on certain buildings.
Mhm.
I don't know if we have that much.
We probably don't have that much on one building, but we do have a lot, just on what we have on
Mm-hmm.
those sheets.
So something that's come up in master plan, which get a little cranky out. Sarah's seen me at the meeting. She sees me get cranky. Douglas keeps trying to be all these different towns.
Mm-hmm.
We're not. We're Douglas.
Yeah.
We are a very small mill town that is utilitarian.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have these big fancy buildings. Most
Mhm.
of our properties are very simple utilitarian properties.
Okay.
That's why when we do have houses like 53 and whatever the other one was, that's a little bit unique,
Mhm.
that's why they stand out.
Mhm.
Because so many of our buildings are very, I hate saying cookie cutter because I hate cookie cutter, but very many of our buildings are cookie cutter,
Mm-hmm.
especially during these time periods. We're not Putnam with the beautiful Victorian houses.
Right. Or Lennox.
Or
Similar.
Lennox. We're not. We're a very down-to-earth mill town with a state forest.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be playing into that as we're writing this.
Yeah.
We need to think that this is who we are.
Right.
So we need to be describing these houses as like, this is what it is. Like,
Mhm.
our houses were adaptive reuse. We used them for everything because that's the type of town we come from.
Yes.
I agree.
And that's going to be more likely to get approved with something like that. You're like, we're not trying to like make the few houses that are impressive really stand out. That's not the whole story. The story is more like,
I think it's important that we point out. Yeah, every now and then you're going to see this one house that stands out,
yeah,
but it's standing out because this is
This is who we are.
this is who we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
So that's
Right.
why that one house stood out to me because it's not like every other house on the
yeah,
street.
right.
And I think it's really important that we play into who we are
So
and
I
not who
think-
not who
Could you?
not who every other town is. That's
Right.
not
Yeah.
our
Right.
story.
So then, what would you say, like, if we were trying to put this together, why not start at historical? And almost like start writing.
Yes, that seems more
Right.
important.
So if that's kind of the storyline we're going with, then we go historical first. And then we can kind of branch off into architecture and end it with properties that fit both narratives. Like, because we can say this is who we are as a town. This is kind of what they built to accommodate who we are.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe
And
that's
then this
and maybe
is-
that's where Main Street comes in. Like you come into town, and this is our main street. Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
It still looks a lot like it did years ago, with a few exceptions.
you have these houses that were these businesses, and the businesses were adapted to times change. Times are changing.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
I said, I feel like we're always trying to be a different town,
Yeah,
and that's not who Douglas is.
yeah.
I mean, even like, have you ever been to the Catholic Church in Webster? That
No.
thing is gorgeous.
Hmm.
That thing is absolutely gorgeous. And then you go to St. Denis, and you're like, oh, okay. It's a great example of like just how utilitarian Douglas is. So many
Mhm.
Catholic churches are very ornate.
Yes.
St. Denis isn't.
We don't need grandiose here in Douglas.
We get things done.
That's right.
But like I said, I think that's kind of our thing is like, we're not the flashy towns. We are
Yeah.
the mill, get things done, adapt to what we need to do to get things done town. And I think that's what we need to.
So this, for the historical, goes into different eras, early 20th century, the war.
And
So
our,
we might have like those little subset histories.
I think our hours are the mills.
Yes, which is
Yeah.
a really good story. I think we're coming up with a really good story.
I think our errors aren't actual, like, historical errors. There are our town-based errors of pre-mill,
You're right.
pre-mill, pre-ax, like, and I'm saying axe mill like the heart of the axe mill, not like the little bit before, but I'm talking when they really became the axe mill. Pre-axe mill, right into Hayward, right into Schuster, and that little bit after. I think we've got 4 solid
Yeah.
errors of Douglas.
Okay. And so we can see if, if those 4 work, or if as we start to read through these. So maybe what it is, I don't know if we want to add to this, but, or our map, maybe next time it's the map, and it's like, is this 1, 2, 3, or 4, and we've got 4 colors or something like that. And then we drill down from there.
Yeah.
How hard do you think it would be to do, like, there's so many maps around, but I'm like trying to think, like, is it the one, there's one at the Historical Society too, is that? No, because it's not gonna have anything.
Yeah, that might be too antique.
Yeah.
Might not have some of the stuff.
Please hold. Please hold. I have had a very runny nose today because I was outside earlier. Me and outside don't like each other. Have you been outside?
It's so cold.
No, I meant you with work.
No, thankfully, I've mostly been indoors. Yeah, I've only had to do a little bit of outdoor work, so it has not been bad.
Yeah. It's
And when I did have to go outside, I took warm-up breaks. Go
It's
inside,
just like-
warm up for a little bit, go back out.
It's like the most ridiculously warm coat, and like any time we go somewhere, he's like, he can't even stay inside because
Oh,
he gets
really?
so cold hot. And I'm like, oh my god, mine's just not like that.
I went to the Millbury Chain of Lights,
Oh, nice.
Oh.
and I had a coat like that. Like outside, I was like nice and warm, and then every time we'd stop in a building to like get
Oh,
our
no.
cards stamped, I was like,
Oh, frying.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
So, our electrician has the coat with like the.
oh yeah, I want one.
So last year, that's what Jed got me for Christmas because I kept looking at Pat's coat and like every time he wore it, I was like,
I need this.
I love
With
your.
the heater in it.
Yes, I'm like, I love your coat. I want your coat. So Jed finally bought me the coat. Okay, so this doesn't work. Actually wondering if it would be worth doing like an Access gift printout, like.
Can you get one that's that big, like
Well,
that
I'm
shows
wondering-
that kind of area?
I'm wondering if it would be worth
Like the
doing.
GIS printout, like what the tax assessor uses for different like
Well,
parcels?
I'm wondering if it would be
Yeah.
worth doing like just different areas and then just like.
We'll just borrow their floodplain map. There we go. Now they won't mind.
There probably
Honestly-
are some around that are
Honestly,
giant.
if they had one section that was better, I would almost get a piece of. If they had a good map of downtown, what you do is you get a frame. You get the plastic from the frame, and you lay it on top of it, and you get a Sharpie, and you mark it, and then you just take a picture of of it overhead. Then you're just reusing the same map.
Interesting.
I missed something here.
I wonder if we can get somewhere, maybe from the assessor or somebody, a large map of like just the area we're working on.
But do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
all you
I
need
do.
is like
so you
a,
put like a clear thing over it, and then you can mark just the clear thing and take the picture, and then
like school
yeah.
when they had the
Overhead projector.
projector.
We have to make sure it's lined up right so that we're not.
Right. Nobody bump into it.
So if we were to, no, that's not what I want. Layers. This is what I'm looking to get rid of. I want to get rid of property. No, I don't want to get rid of property map. You've got too many. You've got too many. Oh, I don't want. Do we need? We don't need buildings, right? We just need addresses.
I'm not sure I understand your question.
We don't need. And we need parcels. Main Street. Oh, okay, so the problem is it's not street numbers, it's parcel numbers because I hate that they don't. So like, if we could do like sections of like this.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd have to do them in like groupings. That's the problem. Like, we'd have to have multiple pages.
Yeah. Do we still have our little map
Little
that
one.
we had
Very
brought?
little one.
Yeah.
But I mean, that thing's.
Too small.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can blow it up in a way.
It's not.
No.
Good, it's not good enough.
Oh, not enough quality for the
Nope.
resolution.
I don't know. Does the map? Is it more trouble than it's worth? The map?
I don't know. That's the thing. And I mean, if I did it on my computer screen at work, it's a bigger screen. I can get a bigger area.
Mm-hmm.
How do
Then-
people get like big, like that thing or that thing? How
There's
do
a
they...
big printer in where the engineers.
Oh, okay.
I said, I
was gonna
honestly.
say, do we have
They
one of
would
those
give us
here?
one though. They would give
Well,
us
no,
that.
because when you asked for it one time, they gave you a bunch of 8x10s that they taped together.
I think they can do better.
They gave us a bunch of 8x10s that they printed, that they taped
Yeah.
together, and that was really annoying.
Can we have it on just a solid sheet, right?
I say we can get the map, or we can kind of just start going through the historic properties, putting them in the, like, the period they belong in.
Yeah.
Like separating them, but
Mhm.
do we need the map for that part?
Probably not.
That way it might give us some time for them to work on getting us a
Yeah.
map.
Yeah.
And like I said, if we got one map,
And
could
get
s-
clear plastic.
we could still use the clear plastic so that we can reuse it over and over
Yeah.
again. We don't need multiple maps. We just need
One,
one.
yeah.
Right, that's a good idea to just. Well, what would you use for the overlay?
Just a
Frame.
piece of plexiglass.
Yeah.
or
Like
thin,
you-
thin.
Like what I do is, and I've done it before. Like I've got a bunch of. So I had a frame and the
A map that size would be perfect. And then you get the poster
Mm-hmm.
picture frame. From,
Yep, and
it's
the
like
plastic,
$5.
the plastic had broken, but the frame, like
The-
that was still good,
the
and
clear
I've kept
plastic.
it, and I've done it before where I put it over something and I take a
Okay.
Sharpie
Mhm.
and I write on it, and I'm able to make notes, like,
Okay. So
and like I'll highlight something for somebody, I'll show somebody something, and I'll highlight it, and then I can just wipe it away, and I'm done.
Yeah.
how big do you think that paper is? Like a 20?
It's just a
20
standard
or something.
poster size.
Yeah, extra size map of downtown, like downtown.
That's map 10 trail system map in the community resource room, or community meeting room.
10.
What room are we
Yeah,
in?
community meeting room. Yeah.
That room. Like, what room are we in?
You combined the two rooms. That was
I
the research
did.
room. This was the community. You had the community research room.
When I'm doing the mill, it's like, okay, what room am I? Because I put every room and where they're meeting, and I'm like, okay, what room are they meeting in? Oh yeah, there are sometimes I'm like, don't screw up what room we're in. Don't screw up what room we're in. And then I've started I go in and I'm attaching every like agenda too. I've started doing that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I made that that's my
That's quite a project.
I've left
no one's here right now. We can ask them.
I've left 2 clipboards, by the way, at the library for the mill for people to sign up.
yes, that's
And-
tomorrow, right?
Yes, and I sent a copy over to Lisa at the Jenks, and Lisa said she would put one out for me. Did you take your folder?
Mine's
Oh no, you still
under
have
here.
it.
We didn't really talk about new business in the, I guess I can bring this up for Scott for new business. Well, wait a minute, let's finish this first.
Yep.
So, I guess,
Bless you.
bless you, that's a good one.
I have been waiting for that for so long. I feel so much better. Excuse me. Thank you.
So I can ask them over there about the map again, if you want, and then go to the frame from there. And
I have
then-
got plenty of frames, so we don't need to worry about a frame in glass.
Okay.
Because
It's actual glass or plexiglass?
well, it's the plexiglass.
Okay.
It's like it's the cheap frames at Walmart,
Okay.
which is why I go through them so much.
Okay, and then they'll separate by the 4 time periods.
Yeah.
Meal time periods.
Like I said, those might change a little bit, but I don't see them changing too much.
Okay, and we can mark them up and see what it looks like. It'd be kind of fun to have the photos of the buildings,
Yeah.
like cut up some of what you've printed out and like have those there too. I don't know, that might be too much. But that's the idea. Or to have it alongside that. So, yeah, so then we'll figure out the map and that would be our next meeting, right? Would be,
Hey now.
sorry. What are the years, Ricky, again?
Oh, I just
Do you know?
hold on. Mill period is 1790s to 1880s, but we'd probably adjust that a little bit to be a little bit before, or to be a little bit after the 1790s. Then 1880s to 1960s are the 2 mill periods. And then it'd be the pre-first mill period and then the post-mill period.
So 1790 to 1880 is the Axe Mill,
Yep.
and then Hayward and Schuster are overlapping?
Yeah. So Hayward came into town in the 1880s. Schuster became his minion and then became his partner at the end of the 1890s and opened the Schuster Woolen Mill in 1904.
Okay.
And then Hayward
Okay.
Hayward left town or died somewhere in there, and Schuster just kind of completely took over.
Okay. All right. So I guess that takes care of that for now. And then Scott had emailed new business to get not a copy exactly. Well, to talk about the 250th anniversary of the American Revolution. So Douglas should have had a copy of the signing of the Declaration of Independence from 1776 because we were a town then. That would have been transcribed, a transcribed announcement to the townspeople. These came from Boston and were transcribed by the town clerk or a clergyman. I can only imagine the conversation of trying to get that.
Right.
In which, I don't even know
Right.
which
I mean,
department.
you
where
would
would
start-
you start?
you
The
would-
town clerk?
You would start with the town clerk.
But I wonder if they would have anything that,
and also,
It'd be like in the basement or something.
Right.
it would most likely be in the locked safe. and you'd be asking Lisa, and Lisa may not know, and it would probably be more of a question for Chris than for
Right.
Lisa, and I don't know what the status is on Chris.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I might just send a one-on-one email to Scott and get him, he can get going on that.
I'm, I'm good with that.
Try the clerk's office, see what they know.
Once again, we are not opted. Sorry. That
Yeah.
wasn't very nice of me.
It would be really super cool if that was
It
a
would be,
thing.
but we're not opted.
Yeah, and I know on other things, Fred's tried to get things and we don't. Okay, so.
I know like right now you've got 250th committee that's doing one set of things. The Douglas Historical Society is doing something else based on grant money.
Yep.
And then you've got a third organization that's trying to do something. And are any of these people
Okay.
talking to each other?
Yeah, no.
Which is the third?
So,
As far as I know, it might have something to do with somebody who's part of the Common Preservation, but I'm not
okay.
positive.
okay. And it's obviously July 4th, right? Is the
Right.
date?
Well, so Lisa and Historical Society is actually Memorial Day. They are working
Okay.
off of the soldiers. I believe
Yeah.
Lisa has talked
I
to you
think-
about that.
I think the common, not the common, the 250th committee is organizing both a 4th of July parade and a Memorial Day parade.
Okay.
And they want, and now I'm getting my wires crossed, they want one of those to end at Soldiers Field. I think it's the 4th of July parade that they wanted to end at Soldiers Field, and then have like a family day or something there.
Yeah, and then we
So
have our
that-
sign, but that's like a few months later.
Right?
But I'm
Yeah.
not sure who's on the 250th. I know Ross
it's
is one of
Ross
them.
Smith, his wife, Carrie, Alyssa.
Okay, and I think she's the one that was part of Common Preservation, so maybe she's
Oh,
250th
okay.
and not that. For some reason, I
Yeah.
thought she was separate from the 250th, but maybe
No,
she's part
and then
of the
I
250th.
think they had a couple other people come to their last meeting, and I don't know if they are going to join or if they were just there for, informational reasons. So
And I thought I saw something on the Evil Place, but I'm not sure.
evil, please.
Facebook.
Oh, I'm like, we have an evil.
If it's there, it must be true.
Oh.
We all know how I feel about it.
I know,
Yeah,
there are so
so-
many things that I want to comment when,
Oh,
on that.
really? Oh, yeah.
Like, when you were like, I would assume this was all, I wanted to be like, does anyone around here go to town
Right,
meeting?
right.
Yeah,
This was
right.
discussed 2 years ago.
All I keep reminding myself is Matt gave us a conversation.
Yeah, right. It's like,
And I just keep,
stay out of most
I
of
just
them.
keep reminding myself what Matt said, and I'm like,
That's right.
What
No.
happened to the liquor store? How many times
Right.
is someone going to post that?
Yeah, right, I was thinking of you behind it. Yeah.
What happened to the liquor store? What is it going to be? I'm like, does anyone pay attention in this town?
Yeah, so for the
It's going to be
250th,
beautiful.
I just know that there's a lot of people and nobody's really talking
not
to each
fall
other.
yeah, there is a lot of people.
Yeah,
so,
right.
And there's no communication, and
So one of the things that I was proposing as part of like cemetery, but also with the Historical Society, was doing
yeah, Lisa had
like
said,
like a lantern tour of Douglas Center for the Revolutionary War vets. So that was one of the things I had proposed.
nice.
The other thing I'm trying to plan that didn't really have to do with the 250th is like a Victorian style decoration day picnic in Pine Grove Cemetery. So that's the other thing I'm trying to work on, but that's kind of separate from the 250th. But
and that's about Douglas being incorporated.
oh
It's a lot of
wow!
words.
Huh?
But I said it's a lot of words compared
No.
to the
Name
other
was
ones.
changed June 5th, 1740. Oh, so the name change took place 1746. Oh, interesting. Cool.
So we weren't actually incorporated until 1775, based on a general act by the state of Massachusetts.
Really?
Wow.
1775, just before.
Yep.
Interesting.
But we became Douglas 1746, just not incorporated.
As a district. Yeah.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
and a lot
Cool.
of towns were actually made districts on that
Oh, wow.
in 1775.
Huh.
Oh.
If you go to
Cool.
like the Secretary of State site, a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
them had that.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Okay, so should we adjourn? Is there anything else?
We gotta make the next meeting.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Sure.
Wonder what if.
I'm getting a spam call.
Oh, no. It's like, go away. I'm trying to look
Send
at my
them
thing.
some voicemail.
Oh.
I accidentally answered one the other day because I was like thinking it might be somebody that I was like waiting for my
Yeah.
doctor's office to call, and it was a Massachusetts number, so I answered it, and then they're like trying to guess who I am, and I'm like, no, you tell me who you are. Like,
There's
that's not how
nothing
this
worse than when you're
works.
waiting for a call and you're answering calls and you're
Right.
like, I don't want to be talking to you.
Right?
Yeah. Really good.
Hang on.
Like, you're not who
I'm
yeah, that's
that
what I did. I hung
person.
up. I was like, no, because they were like, is this so and so? I'm like, who's calling? Like, who wants to know? Like, I'm not telling you who I am. You called me. And then they tried to be vague and say, we're working with your utility company, but they didn't say who my utility company was or who they were, and I was like, click. See you later.
How far out are we going?
Okay, so not gonna lie, the 2 last weeks of January are a CF for me.
Okay. So you want to go into February? February's pretty open.
Yep.
I obviously still have Friday. Like, this time is perfect,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't have.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, no, I can.
That is,
I don't have any plans. Maybe not the week of February vacation.
Right.
So that's the
I agree.
16th.
Just in case, right?
Great question.
Because President's Day is the 16th.
Right, I think,
so usually
I
it's
think
that
it is
week.
that week, yeah.
yes, it is. That's Deb's
Okay.
vacation week.
Yep.
Okay.
Not that I have plans, but just in case.
Mm-hmm.
So what works for everybody? Do you want to do early February, middle February?
Like you said jokingly, but the 13th actually does.
Yeah, that's probably
Work.
a good date.
Okay, we'll put it in there. What, and time, what, 3 o'clock?
Yeah.
I really gotta go. So
Me
let's
too.
adjourn.
Yes,
now.
somebody's got a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, I adjourn this meeting of the Historical Commission at 5:10 on December 12th. Thank you, everybody, and have a very Merry Christmas.